One of those things where you attempt something and you fail, but then you come back and you succeed. I'm just happy I'm here. This is fantastic. What's crack-a-lacking, tubers? Another adventure. I'm actually visiting a place I visited basically when I started to, I think it might have been my very first video actually on YouTube. So my very first video I started documenting my adventures. So if you're a die-hard follower, which I doubt, I am at Kowen Escarpment. It is a hard word to say for a ethnic like me. But yeah, look, I've come here again because once again we've had a fair bit of rain, which we seem to be having it quite a bit regularly, and I enjoy that for the most part. So I'm basically walking along a ridgeline. It seems to be more so the kangaroo tracks than human tracks. Could be wrong. And essentially just following the line of the ridge, just on the ridge line, as I said, and following the river. I am aiming to get to a second waterfall, and I think potentially a third one. The first one I've been to, and it wasn't bad, but you can check it out on I'll post the link. You can check it out if you want to have a look. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't very photogenic. Nevertheless, I'm gonna probably on the way back, I'm gonna make it there, but I'm gonna try to get to the second waterfall, which I couldn't get to because it was very shrubby. I'm hoping it will be less shrubby, and a third waterfall, which I think had potential last time I saw it. I'm hoping that is still the case. So we'll continue on with the trek, and let's go. But how good is this? It's getting a bit overcast. I didn't bring my rain jacket. A bit windy too. Hopefully it doesn't sprinkle too much, but you never know. It says 1 to 5 mil, and then he ends up being 20 mil. So hopefully I don't get caught out. If I do, part of the adventure, and I love it. But how good is this? Whole place to myself. Ha freedom. Woo! Woohoo! How cool is this? I'm just on top of, well, I should say on the side at the top of the first waterfall. And although I'm not going to shoot it, well, look, hopefully I'll spend enough time at the other waterfalls that they're worthy enough for me to do that. And I don't have to come shoot here, but check out this view here. It's absolutely incredible. It's like almost man-made. Like it's like you got this valley and you got the waterfall right in the middle, dropping down, and then you got like these rocks that kind of almost create a barrier. Like, Incredible. Waterfall just down there. If this comes off, I'm gone. But, wowzers. This is amazing. Haha. Alright, enough of yapping. Otherwise I'm going to waste all my battery and time. But, when I trek onto the second one, pronto, I'll show you where I need to go. Just over there, up that ridge line. So I'm just going to go through here, actually climb up there, and just make my way through there. It's getting a bit windy, and a bit of a chill, so that would indicate that a bit of moisture is in the air. It's coming, and I might get wet, so better make a move on. So I made it to that high point. Just around the corner is basically the waterfall, but I'll just show you where it came from because it's pretty cool. I think just around there, you see that pointing rock? That's where I basically stood, and you got the waterfall, first waterfall drop off there. Yeah. Anyway, we are going this way. So I'm gonna go over there because there's as I said, a third potential waterfall over there. Check that out. If it's no bueno, I have to make it back on the other side of the ridge, all the way over there. You see that cave there? Over the top, come down, make my way down there somewhere, which I reckon I could do. Check out that waterfall right there. You can see all that kind of foamy. And there's a bit of a drop off there, so I reckon that's where it is. It's hard to see with the bush, but look relatively confident it's there. So we're gonna go check out the third one, see if what I suspect is true that way, and I'll probably check in with you at that place there. Say hello to my bald head, guys. Excellent. I don't think that waterfall, you can see there's great potential, but I'm not going to waste my time trying to photograph it. There's just not enough flow. What I'm going to do for future, and it is a good suggestion when you go hiking, is know where your end point is. This is my end point. But always kind of look over the ridge line up there just to see if there's any other, it doesn't have to be a waterfall, it can be anything potential for a hike or a photograph. So I'm gonna head up there quickly, have a look, go back to the other one, hopefully get to the third waterfall I was thinking of, have a couple of shots, have lunch, and make my way back to the car. So off we go. I found it. I reckon easy way down. So I was right, it's the other way. I'll show you where I was on the other side of the ridge. All the way up actually, but yeah, I crossed the river, went around over the cliff there. Not over the cliff, but over the top of the cliff. And all I gotta do is make my way down, but check out this beauty. Woo! That's where I came from. up there, made my way back around here. But that is a stunner. Let's go down and check it out. I'm like a kid at a playground. Stunning, I love it. Could do with a more flow and a bit more foreground, but I don't care, to be honest. It's one of those things where you attempt something and you fail, but then you come back and you succeed. I'm just happy I'm here. This is fantastic. The clouds have, well, I should say the rain clouds have seemed to move away, so I can enjoy the moment at the moment. I'm gonna boil up some water, have lunch, look for some compositions. Hopefully we'll get something. And whilst the water, while the food is cooking, I guess you could say, or preparing, I'll tell you a fun fact. It's actually very interesting. No lighter. You can't have boiling water without a lighter unless you are familiar with doing the whole flint thing. I'm not. I'm a city boy. That's all right. Fun fact for the day. Bematists. So bematists are ancient versions of our modern surveyors. They used to measure distances, mainly in ancient Greece and ancient Egypt. And they would essentially go to school for it. But the most interesting fact about it is that they would measure their distances with their feet. So they were basically trained to walk at a particular pace, and there's some evidence of these bematists actually getting pretty accurate with very long distances. Like I'm talking, I think it's 11,000 miles. So you can only imagine the patience that you'd have to do that. But I mean, fascinating nonetheless. And modern surveyors have actually tested this theory, and they've been off. Some of them have been off by 4%. Oh, and the other part of it is that they were actually trained to do it on several terrains, so roads as well as hills and everything. So that's truly fascinating. So anyway, we're gonna grab the camera, scope out some compositions. I'm not liking my chances. I found the waterfall, loving it, but I don't know, we'll see. It's an absolute pleasure to be here though. Like these rocks and everything else. Incredible. As you can tell by now, I didn't videotape my compositions and everything else, me looking for it, purely because I don't think it was a photogenic waterfall. It was nice to hang out and do whatever. So essentially there was nothing technical when I did take the photos. All I did was just basically point and shoot, different angles, that sort of stuff. There was nothing technical, so might as well spare you the hassle. Check out I'll show you the photos that I did manage to take. So yeah, so some of them maybe turned out okay, but nothing too fancy. I'm making my way back now from the other side of the river, the ridge, and trying to figure out my way back. There's a massive hill in front of me. I hope I don't have to traverse through there. But anyway, it was more of a hiking adventure than a photography adventure. A couple of little mishaps, which is all part of the fun. But anyway, that's it for me, folks. If you had fun watching, or if you have any questions about this hike or this area, let me know. It is quite unsafe in terms of coming out with runners and without water and that sort of stuff, so make sure you come well prepared. Rocks are very sharp, slippery, but so is the terrain, so make sure you know where you're going, what you're doing, and come out prepared. Yeah, till next time, hooroo.